Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. After 160 chapters, oh my, they finally did it. Oh my goodness. Finally, Yenwoo Innocence. Please watch the series. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect that would that much intense, but bruh, nah. Oh my goodness, please watch read YEONWOO INNOCENCE, because this series is good, like drama, like goes very deep and stuff, romance stuff, but after all this previous chapter got me hooked, like oh my goodness, but this chapter 160, now that's wide, that's way too wide, oh my god. Yo, also, how it looks like right now with YEONWOO INNOCENCE chapter 163 and the preview of chapter 164. I don't know. OG, I don't know what to expect, what's coming next. Wow, I just read the newest chapter of YEONWOO INNOCENCE chapter 166, and wow, it's messed up. Wow, I didn't expect that. Someone mentioned in comments on one of my videos that 166 is going to be a bit messed up, but I didn't expect it. But I should have expected from YEONWOO INNOCENCE, because it had a lot of moments in chapters where it then went from 0 to 100, really very dark and upsetting. And the news chapter is sad. It's really just sad, and it makes sense how Haesol, I don't know but the correct pronunciation, because I've never heard anyone pronouncing her name, but I would say Haesol. I've never seen anyone like I said pronouncing, but now she has a character. It makes everything sense, like with the problem with her family and sort of like after being banned and everything. And wow, I don't know what to expect, because YEONWOO INNOCENCE has a lot of chapters where I would say people are not comfortable reading, and I can understand with new chapter it's kind of messed up with all the dynamic what's happening with Haesol right now, and that she's now finally speaking up to Yenwoo about it, because Yenwoo is also a character who always wants to know about Haesol more deeply, because of course they're both a couple now, and like really a loving couple now. And freaking say, I don't know what to say. It's just sad, and I'm surprised that we suddenly got the backstory about Haesol. I don't think it's a full backstory about Haesol, because there's few things he didn't really mention that we've seen very early on, or like very like 100 chapters ago about Haesol. But it's just upsetting. Yikes. And like I said, I'm a bit surprised that he's opened up now. Now I'm interested if Yenwoo is going to open up about Haesol, about his problems, dark past, because one of the big problems I think for me was they don't talk about their issues. It's not like an issue like in their past. It's not like a thing that you can just talk about it, because it's very dark in both of their lives. And now the Haesol has opened up and now asked Yenwoo about his past, like, because it's one thing he was always wanted to know why Haesol, like why Yenwoo and his friend are very that close and everything, and why he's always relying on her. It's like kind of weird. And yeah, it'd be interesting now if Yenwoo would open up, because it'd be messed up if Yenwoo would not, because it's messed up. It's very messed up, and has to open up, and if he didn't do it, it would be kind of messed up on her part. But if he would, it would make a big progress in their relationship, because one of the biggest problem was they would not talk about each other past, and sort of one of their friends would sort of know it, but each other, even though they're a couple, would not. But wow, yikes, I didn't expect it. So yeah, YEONWOO INNOCENCE chapter 166. Damn. So yeah, YEONWOO INNOCENCE chapter 166, and yeah, I'm going to only do reviews when something major has happened. But yeah, if you don't want to see any spoilers, then scroll up. Yes, with YEONWOO INNOCENCE in the news chapter, finally we also I was worried if Yenwoo was not about to share his story, but thankfully he did, and now Haesol and Yenwoo are now fully open to each other after so many events, because that was often the problem where Yenwoo and Haesol don't want to talk about each other. This would create a weird dynamic and make the relationship worse. But now they're open to each other, and that's kind of good. That's good. And yeah, I think the only thing now we have in the story is whose character was that we saw a few chapters ago in Yenwoo Innocence, who was looking for Haesol, and potentially what I think could be is that's Haesol's father. If that's the case, oh dear, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's a big problem. And yeah, that's if you know, it's a big problem. And also, one thing that Yenwoo didn't really mention, okay, he didn't really had to, but about the person who hate him. So yeah, these two characters now are sort of on the loose, and I think if they both are gone, then finally we'll be done with this. Not done with Steve, but no problem anymore. But because potentially Haesol's father coming back will create a new, way more drama, way more problem with Haesol, and also the character with who assaulted Yenwoo. If we can finally get rid of them, then we are finally good. And also, yeah, that's good. But besides that, everything, it's been a beautiful chapter. It's been a good chapter. But also, unfortunately, there's going to be a hiatus. I think it's going till mid-November. So potentially, if we can get translation, they're going to be till late November to early December. We can going to get the new chapter of Yenwoo Innocence, chapter 167, because the author is unfortunately something is with her health. That's unfortunate, and so we just hope that everything goes well. But besides that, yeah, Yenwoo Innocence is really doing well. We're getting there. We're getting there to the romance, relationship, beautiful moments getting up there. But yeah, but potentially we have two things that could potentially ruin everything. But yeah, looking forward. Let's go, finally! Yenwoo Innocent is back with a new chapter. Chapter 168 is back now. Finally, after 2 months of hiatus because the creator was sick. Oh, thank goodness, and the creator is now back. And now we have a new chapter of Yenwoo Innocent. I'm so happy about it. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting. I was literally complaining that TikTok a few days ago about starting a new manual because Yenwoo Innocent is not back, and now Yenwoo Innocent is back. It's so good. Oh, the news chapter got me a little bit of blushing. Goodness gracious! Thank goodness, because I have a dark skin, no one can see I'm blushing, but it got me like this a little bit. I'm so excited, yeah, and I'm excited what's going to happen next. I'm so happy Yenwoo Innocent is back. So yeah, if you haven't watched read Yenwoo Innocent, it's really good. It's a good story. It has also messed up scenes and deals a bit of like interesting, a bit of more deeper topics, but it's really good. I love it so far. Read Yenwoo Innocence, it's back. I just read the newest chapter of Yenwoo Innocence, and I just noticed Haesol is not even that tall, because in the newest chapter of Yenwoo Innocence, we got revealed that Haesol is 175 centimeters tall, making her 5'9", right? And I always assumed, because how the manual portrayed the women and girls in Yenwoo Innocence, that the girls are barely like 4'11" to 5'5" in the series. And yeah, Haesol looks much taller, because also she wears heels, making her 6 foot, right? And Yenwoo, if you look at Yenwoo, who is like a delicate boy, small delicate boy, he is like potentially for 5 foot, 5'2" or something. And I always think like I said, Haesol is much taller because she looks like it's same height as the regular boys in the manhwa, and that makes her only like roughly the same height as me. I thought she was much taller than me, but no, she's like same height as me, surprisingly. Yenwoo, freaking stop! Oh my goodness! I just read the newest chapter. You can probably see which chapter I've read, and freaking Yenwoo. I know Yenwoo meant it well, right? Trying to stop someone beating up someone else. But freaking Yenwoo, this is not the second time, this is not the first time this happened. I think the second or third time now that Yenwoo tried to stop a fight, but Yenwoo is a small, timid, delicate boy. He can't do nothing. He's trying to stop freaking gangster from fighting. I'm like, how is it possible? Yenwoo, you will not be able, and he does it. And he does. And I want to throw my phone away when he tried to get in the middle, stop fight. I'm like, oh my goodness, now he can now he's get punched. But thankfully, all the people surrounded stopped the fighting also. So we're lucky. I was like, thank goodness. Also later, his friend, I forgot his name, Yenwoo's friend also said, he should be careful, right? Because he doesn't know what's going to happen next. And of course, he said what he did was courageous, because at least other people were out there to help him out. But yeah, also now this mysterious figure that's also now hanging out with Yenwoo, and so mysterious and sort of, what's the word? Yeah, he's so very mysterious, and that has like very weird vibes to him. And Yenwoo is, yeah, I give you my number. It's totally fine. It gives the address. I'm like, Yenwoo, freak, how can you be that naive? And then later on, he goes also with him later out to take some coffee and stuff. I'm like, this guy is very mysterious, and also we saw this figure also I think a few chapters ago after the play that Yenwoo had with Haesol, right? And I was like, who is this? And we got Haesol's backstory, and I probably thought this potentially could be Haesol's father, and that would be a very, very dark turn. And so that's what I thought. And later they both hang out, Yenwoo and the mysterious figure. I'm like, this is real, but he looks very young. And then later he constantly asks Yenwoo about him, and he notices a few things. And probably because he knows Yenwoo because of this freaking play that got video recorded and been on social media. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then later he sees freaking Haesol, this mysterious figure, and then tries to hug her. I'm like, huh? Who's this? And then you see Yenwoo being with anger, saying, get away from my girlfriend. I'm like, wow, this is the most angry, like, manliest thing I've seen Yenwoo doing. And then later it turns out his name is Kang Haesol, Kang's little brother. I'm like, how's this possible? And like Haesol's little brother, I'm like, how's this possible? She doesn't have. I'm like, huh? That doesn't make sense. They look like twins. She has to be a twin. And I'm like, damn. Now we get to learn more. So it's been sort of a while since the last time I talked about YEONWOO Innocence. And yeah, I haven't read the last few chapters, like 8 chapters that came out like 2 months ago. So yeah, I just want to give you my live reaction to particular moments. Like I'm going to read everything and then give you guys my reaction from chapter 179 to 186. Okay, let's go. Oh my freaking goodness. I'm chapter 179. Haven't finished it, but still, we just found out that Haesol's father got remarried. Okay, to a girl who's 23. Oh, it's legal, yeah, but still kind of weird. And also, Haesol's father, if you know, you know. Oh, nah. The thing is, if you remarried someone, okay, it's one thing. Even if there's a huge age gap is one thing, but it starts out getting really, really weird if the person you marry is almost the same age as your children. Like, what? Well, Kang Haesol, so Haesol brother, I feel for him. Like, he has no one. He doesn't remember who his mom is and where the mom is. I don't think we know where she is. The father remarried someone who is almost the same age as him, and then Haesol, the person who constantly looking forward to, doesn't consider him. He's like all alone by himself. That's just so messed up. So right now I've read 180 chapter 180. I feel bad for Kang Haesol, Haesol brother, and I understand how Haesol talks about it, like his situation. He doesn't want anyone else now suddenly coming from her past and then ruining the whole situation she is right now. And like she's right content, but I feel like she's also trying. Like, I'm also really happy that Yenwoo doesn't try to bother right in and say, no, you have family, you have to, and everything. Because I thought potentially this could have been that case, but Yenwoo doesn't do this as good. He just only tries to get a better understanding, so he doesn't really try to butt in. But yeah, the thing is also about Haesol, I think she's like trying to avoid a little bit something, like the whole situation with their brother and their family, and trying to get more like touchy with Yenwoo and stuff like that. But alright, we'll see how it goes further on. just read chapter 181, and wow, this chapter is really, really beautiful as how Yenwoo describes himself, what it means, what family really means, right? And what he views as family and what he understands family, and how he describes what family could mean, that family that is not necessarily the people you know, but potentially could be other people that you feel really close with, and a place that you can always go back. And that is so beautiful in chapter 181. This is one of the most beautiful chapters in YEONWOO Innocence, I would say. How he describes it and how to create the artist to illustrate each different thing. Example like the trees. It's really beautiful. Yeah. And now that Haesol, even though Haesol is still a little bit like, he doesn't really want to open up, I understand. I'm really happy that Yenwoo doesn't really force on here, but he just wants to open a potential, could be. Even though Haesol doesn't really want to, but he will give it a try. This is the only thing you could do. As long the moment, because she didn't have like really have memories of him, of her brother King Haesol. Now that she probably potentially can open up now, and potentially now if she can properly decide for herself if she wants him in her life, good. If she doesn't want him really at all with her life, good. It's better than previously if she would have, when she said no, she doesn't want him in her life, because that time she doesn't remember him, right? And because she remembers it's like a dark past, she doesn't want like bad memories, she doesn't want him to be in his life, that's why she corrected him. But now, potentially with now at this point in the story at 181, Haesol could have potential like a better understanding what she views as family, what a better understanding of her past is, because she constantly avoids it, and like her memory avoids it. And now if she can proper understand and then decide, I think it would lead to a better direction. I'm out. I'm just reading the beginning 182, and Haesol's speech is still like a bit like hesitant about King Haesol, and then the moment suddenly Yenwoo takes Haesol's face, turns, kisses it directly. I'm surprised. Wow. I was reading like this, and then oh, how beautiful, cute. Freaking saying, I'm just starting to read chapter 183, and then it shows this following chapter contains a picture of child abuse. Reader discretion is advised. So it doesn't start out. Yikes! So I thought it would start out a bit wholesome with Haesol getting dressed in the main dressing, but every time if he flinch or if anything, if he didn't stand still, he would get hit by the maid. Oh, fucking sake. And then damn, how he described it is horrendous. The blow would be so hard it felt like a hammer to the head. Goodness gracious. The face of King Haesol is that's not just normal spanking, like this is legit abuse. Goodness gracious. Oh, Haesol looks cute as a child. Okay, it makes sense now a little bit why he. Of course, it's your sister, and you'll be attached to her, but it's just the only person you can hold on to as a child. And yeah, what's really sad is like Haesol had like at the first he didn't want to be outside, because of course he was an unfamiliar place. He never went outside. He never socialized with other children. Everything is really scary and makes sense. And of course, I remember as a child, example, not of course not that bad, but I remember as a child I would constantly cry when I had to go to a new kindergarten. I remember because I moved and had went to different kindergarten. I remember the first day I cried, constantly cried. I wanted to go home and everything when my parents left me in the kindergarten. Then after the same day I got used to everything and that stuff. But this is kind of messed up. Also, surprisingly, Haesol was not able to go outside for I don't know why. I'm just chapter 183, so 3 chapters left. But yeah, and also we see for the first time Haesol eating chocolate. So yeah, this also explains also other things, why Haesol is also like only like sweet stuff. One part of it anyway, how she got introduced to it. But this is already messed up. It looks like Haesol all the time got used to being in the kindergarten, why Haesol looks kind of distraught. Also, Haesol, because she can't go outside for whatever reason. She's really interesting to all the things she Haesol said. Oh, I'm just reading the beginning of 184, and we can see one side of Haesol is blue, like she looked like she was beaten up, like it has a blue eye. Oh, freaking sake! Yikes! It's getting sad. I feel so for King Haesol. He wants to be with his sister, also wants to be cool thing, but we're seeing now from Haesol, getting more from Haesol's perspective as a child, that is really it's sad. Oh, no freaking say, chapter 185. The following chapter contains this picture of child abuse. Reader discretion advice. Oh, here we go. This is just ridiculous. Chapter 185 is just sad. Just sad how the kids are treated now, how they, because how bad they treated, how they think also gets treated, gets affected really hard and everything. And goodness gracious, this is just beyond abuse. This is just sickening. Damn, I'm not caught up with chapter 186. So we do see Haesol and Haesol and mother. Interesting. I mean, from the flashback, we only saw the father's. We saw the father, but we didn't really see his face. But there's one moment where Haesol remembers for the first time her father when she for the first time sees King Haesol. And now the mom, we don't see her face. It looks like the mom tries to be a parent, but now it's weird. Oh, this everything is so messed up and sad. Well, I thought Yenwoo Innocence would be like a drama, romance series, nothing that drastic, but this is just sad. Goodness gracious, this video is almost 10 minutes. But yeah, you can see my react to Yenwoo Innocence from chapter 178 to chapter 186. Damn, just messed up. Goodness gracious. Yo, I just read not Windbreaker, Yenwoo Innocence chapter 188. And oh my goodness, this is just beyond messed up. We are finally done with the backstory of Haesol and Haesol. And this is just sad. This is just beyond sad. This is just, oh goodness gracious. Both of them are so unfortunate how they get treated. It's like beyond child abuse. And every time reading the backstory is about like, this chapter contains like child abuse or something. It's really bad. And oh my goodness, like both of them have like a serious problem. Also this the backstory explain a lot about Haesol, example the way she is, about her past, of course, and she has an eating disorder, why she doesn't want to be any member of the past, why it makes sense, everything. Both of them have like really traumatic experience, and they have no one to relate to as a child when they were children to relate to. The first moment we saw about the backstory, they beat them all the time if they didn't really behave. It's really bad. They get bruises, literally bruises. The father, we don't need to talk about the horrible person already, and then also is not a good person at all. And then the mom, the thing with the mom, from one of the things we've heard about how the relationship with the father was, it's really also not bad. And pretending you thought, I didn't expect we would see the mom, but then we got introduced like, yeah, she tried her best, yeah, even though her sister looks like, so the Haesol aunt looks like that she doesn't want to do anything with him because of the whole situation what happened with the father and the mom. The mom will try to get in, but the mom has serious problems for herself. She tried also, it looks at the beginning she tries her best, but also really bad, and later it turns out really, the mom has problems itself with drinking and putting Haesol hair and everything. This is beyond crazy. Both of them are really crazy. I don't know how Haesol got through all this, because from the looks of it, he went to his father. He went with his father. Haesol probably stayed with the aunt, and the aunt just like hates him. Also, especially in the end, where she really, this is just messed up. This, unfortunately, this is, of course, the story is not real, but this is an example this literally could happen to children, unfortunately. And also, what's even worse is when children, unfortunately, have it worse and don't make it. But wow, this is just beyond messed up. I don't know how they will cope. I really hope that Haesol and Haesol probably have at least get their relation together and be happy again.